Hello, I'm Mary Beth Peterson with the Frank Lloyd Wright Laurent House in Rockford, Illinois. I'm excited to share the Laurent House with you today using these beautiful images, many of which were taken by Frank Lloyd Wright photographer Andrew Piloch. The Laurent House is a love story. The love between Ken and Phyllis Laurent, pictured here on their honeymoon in 1941, the love they had for their family, and the love they had for their home that was designed by Frank Lloyd Wright specifically to meet Ken Laurent's needs as a paraplegic. Ken and Phyllis Laurent met in Rockford, Illinois, and were married in 1941. A year later, in 1942, Ken Laurent was drafted into the United States Navy and stationed in San Francisco, California. At the end of his time in the service, when he returned to Rockford in March of 1946, he began experiencing a lot of pain in his lower back, a tingling and a numbness down his legs. By May of 1946, just 3 months after his discharge from the service, he was diagnosed with a spinal cord tumor. It is the surgery for this tumor that left him paralyzed from the waist down for the remainder of his life at just 26 years of age. Early on in their struggle with this disability, both Ken and Phyllis realized that they were going to need a special type of housing that could easily accommodate Ken Laurent's wheelchair. In 1948, two remarkable things happened that would change their lives forever. In 1948, the government passed the Specially Adapted Housing Program. This was a government matching grant of up to $10,000 for a disabled veteran to either rehabilitate an existing home or to build new. Also in 1948, the Laurents became aware of Frank Lloyd Wright. Phyllis Laurent had received a gift subscription to House Beautiful magazine, and the first article she read was about Lauren Pope and the Usonian home that was designed for him by Frank Lloyd Wright. She was very interested in this home and could see that it could easily help them with their housing needs as well. She shared the article with Ken Laurent, who then went back to the library at the Veterans Hospital where he was rehabilitating and read Frank Lloyd Wright's autobiography. He then decided to write a letter to the famous architect. This is an excerpt of the famous letter sent from Ken Laurent to Frank Lloyd Wright in September of 1948. Within 2 weeks of receiving this letter, Frank Lloyd Wright wrote back with exactly 2 lines. His words were, "Yes, we are interested, but can't guarantee costs. Who knows what they are today?" This is a copy of the original floor plan for the Laurent House designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. The Laurent House was designed in 1949 and completed in 1952. The Laurents moved in the house in spring of 1952 and would live there for nearly 60 years. The house is what's called a hemicycle Usonian home. Hemicycle is the term used for the intersecting arcs that you see depicted in the plans below. Wright designed only 11 hemicycle Usonian homes in his career. All Usonian homes are designed on a grid system, as you can see pictured here. The Laurent house is designed on a square grid system. Other Usonian homes are designed on various shapes, including parallelograms and triangles. This photo comes from House Beautiful magazine in 1955 and shows how the Laurent house appeared when the Laurents first moved in. The car to the left is a Hudson. The area to the left of the existing carport later became an addition to the house in the late 1950s when the Laurents needed more space after the adoption of their second child. This is the Laurent house as it appears today. The area to the left of the photo that was the carport in the last photo later became an addition. The addition was designed in 1959 and completed by 1960. The addition was designed by Wright, but before the Laurents and Wright could decide on which version they wanted for the addition, Wright passed away, and the plans were finished up with his apprentices at Taliesin. The addition adds a bedroom and a bathroom to the home, creating what is today a 3-bedroom and 2-bath home. The house now sits at 2,600 square feet. The original home was 1,400 square feet. Pictured to the right is the young Laurent family in the early 1960s. As you enter the home, you're greeted by a long entryway. At the end of the entryway, you see a table that was designed by apprentice John Howe, and atop the table is this Taliesin lamp. The home has 3 of these beautiful Taliesin lamps designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. All Usonian homes are built on a grid system, and whatever the shape of your grid, that shape is reflected in the red insert in the Taliesin lamp. To the right of the home, you see how the horizontal lines continue from the board and battens into the window panes. Even the shelving follows the horizontal lines. Usonian homes have been termed a lesson in horizontality. This is the room that was designed for their daughter Jean, which includes part of the new addition. The window in the corner is what's called an inverted corner window, designed to beautifully bring nature into the room. Here we are back through the entry again. As we would turn right from the entryway, we go into the main space of the house, which is called the cove. In all of Wright's architecture, he works with a concept called compress and release, meaning you enter a home into a tight or compressed space, and then you go into a larger, more open space. In the Usonian homes, that expanse is always a horizontal expanse, as you see here. The Laurent house is designed to be entirely from the perspective of Ken Laurent in his wheelchair. Our ceilings are low at just 7 feet 2 inches high, and the furniture is designed to be low as well. The height of the furniture is to allow Ken Laurent in his wheelchair to either be eye level or above his guest, and also to allow him to easily maneuver himself from his wheelchair onto the various pieces of furniture as pictured in the photo at the right. Here's another view of the cove area of the house. In Frank Lloyd Wright's designs, a fireplace is always central to any living area. The grate in the fireplace is also designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. The tables in the foreground are called origami tables. The original color scheme in this room was to be that of autumn leaves. The colors were green, a burnt orange, harvest gold. Early in 1990, Phyllis replaced the colors with this mauve color scheme that you see pictured here. The upholstery is still a pattern designed by Frank Lloyd Wright called the Imperial Triangle, designed by Wright for use at the Imperial Hotel. This is a view from the cove area looking out the back of the house. It's hard to tell in this photo, but that's a beautiful curved wall of windows that's about 55 feet long. Every other pane of glass is a French door designed to open out to allow a breeze to come through the house. All of the furniture in the home, with the exception of the barrel chairs at the back right of the photo, has been designed by Frank Lloyd Wright or his apprentices at Taliesin, Wright's home and design studio in Spring Green, Wisconsin. Another view of the cove area and a Taliesin lamp to the left. This is the view looking into the workspace, as all kitchens in a Frank Lloyd Wright Usonian home are called. You see another inverted corner window at the back of the room. This area was expanded when the addition was added onto the house to allow room for a bigger dining area for the young family. Another view of the house looking into the workspace area. The top right photo shows how the workspace looked originally when the house was first completed in 1952. The appliance pictured in the front of the photo on the right is what's called a hot point electric sink. The bottom photo in color, you see young Jean Laurent as a young girl. The countertop color there is the original countertop. That color is what's called Cherokee red, considered to be a signature Wright color, and is the color of the floors throughout the Laurent house, as well as in the majority of Frank Lloyd Wright designed Usonian homes. This is the view of the Laurent house into what is known as the garden room. One of Ken Laurent's requests to Frank Lloyd Wright was to have wide hallways. He never wanted to have to back his wheelchair out of any space. Wright turned this hallway into what is known as the garden room. By installing the banquette into the wall there and pictured at right, it allows a beautiful space to sit and meditate on the Japanese garden at left. The koi pond is pictured at the bottom left of the photo. It is also an elliptical hemicycle shape, as is the garden wall to the far left of the photo. The garden wall and the brick throughout the home is made with Chicago Common brick. Another view of the garden room. Note the origami table on the right, how it pulls up over the edge of the banquette. Also notice the Ling Po screen at the end of the hallway. Ling Po was a Chinese architectural renderer who spent many years at Taliesin working with Frank Lloyd Wright. The Laurents commissioned him in 1990 to design 3 plywood screens for their home. At the end of the hallway, you enter the master bedroom. You see Ken Laurent's last wheelchair here, and behind the wheelchair, the built-in bureaus are designed to be doors that drop down instead of drawers that pull out, which would be awkward for someone in a wheelchair. The bottom of each door is hinged with piano hinges to give a clean look and also to support the door more easily as it's pulled down. Another view into the master bedroom. Though it's not shown in this photo, to the right of the green chair, there is another fireplace in the home. That fireplace is covered by a unique ling post screen designed to be an abstract of the floor plan of the home. Behind the green chair, you noticed 3 uniquely shaped windows. The windows are to represent the shape of Japanese woodblock prints. When the home is finished, Wright said to the Laurents, "I am giving you your own Japanese prints in the shape of these windows." This is the view as you exit the master bedroom and look down the garden room. This was considered to be Ken Laurent's favorite view in his home, one he would spend time contemplating each morning. He was known to say that this house has helped him to focus on his capabilities, not his disability, and that that is the true gift that Wright gave to him. Pictured on the left is a young Ken Laurent with his oldest child, Mark. In the background, you see how the lot looked originally, with rolling hills, small trees, even a silo in the distance. To the right is how the property looks today, with large mature trees and a wooded lot area off to the right. The terrace area, the interior of the home, is all at grade. Ken Laurent could easily maneuver from his wheelchair and enter the front door of the house, come through the main house, and come out this back terrace area, which winds back around to the carport at the front of the home. Another beautiful view of the back terrace of the Laurent house. This photo was taken by Andrew Pilash. To the right, you see how the Laurent house becomes a beautiful glowing box as dust falls upon the house. The ceiling of the Laurent house is lined with approximately 80 recessed lights. Inside of each recessed light is Tidewater red cypress, which gives the house the beautiful glow. The brick that you see used throughout the house, as evidenced on the left, the terrace wall, is Chicago common brick. This is the view from the back of the Laurent house, looking in through the curved wall of glass. Twilight is the best time of day to see the Laurent house. The glow throughout the home comes from the cypress lighting. This view is from the backyard looking into the house. This photo was taken by Rockford photographer Nels Eckerland. The entire site of the house is 1.3 acres. Another photo taken by Nels Eckerland. This one is facing the end of the house into the master bedroom. Going along the front of the house, you see the curve on the left-hand side. That concludes our video tour of the Laurent House in Rockford, Illinois. I hope you make plans to visit us in person. Our tour season runs from April through November. Tours are offered each weekend by reservation through our website at laurenthouse.com or by calling our office at 815-877-2952. Private tours are available year-round. Thank you for your time, and I hope to see you soon.